Welcome back to Off the Pitch. My name's Blake. You can hear me on game days.
And my name's Marika, and you can see me on game days, but right now we're taking it off the pitch. Okay, Blake, let's do a little life update. How have you been?
I've been good. I've been dealing, this is going to be the most interesting thing you've ever heard of, Marika.
Okay.
I have been dealing with insurance as of late.
Oh, how fun.
I know. And I this takes me back to, I know we recorded some episodes of like almost like teasers of Off the Pitch last season. We talked to Jansen Miller, and it was the first episode we ever recorded together. And we talked about how his car got stolen.
Yep.
Mine wasn't that bad. I just had my car keyed, which is not
I'm
ideal.
so sorry. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah. So
where were you at?
It was in Westport. So, you know, it happens. It's life. It's
happen.
okay. So I'm getting it fixed. And they put me in a Jeep Wrangler, which is not a car I would ever drive.
Did you
take
it all off? You know,
I'm going to.
Okay.
I took off like the sunroof essentially yesterday, but I didn't have the tools to like take the full thing off. I'm going to figure that out. I have it pretty much all week. So I'm going to figure that out.
Okay.
But I'm very excited because I would never buy a Jeep Wrangler. It's just not, I don't think it's something that I would purchase, but it's a really fun car to drive around for a week. So that's my life update.
I love a good rental because you just gotta like test drive everything, see
Exactly.
what you like, see what you don't like.
Yeah, he asked me, like, it was like a generic SUV, or do you want a Jeep Wrangler? And I was like, that's an easy choice. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Duh.
What's going on in your life, Marika?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Things have been really
Okay.
fun lately. I'm going to do a quick shout out. Last weekend, I got to go to the Kygo concert at Palm Tree Club. Oh my gosh. I've been listening to him since I was like middle school, high school.
Do I know
and
any
it was
songs?
So surreal. Yeah, you know a ton of them. Like
Okay.
It Ain't Me, Selena Gomez,
Oh, yeah.
Firestone, Stole the Show. There's some of my
Okay.
favorites. I'll show you my favorites by him later. But it just reminds me just how fun it is to go to concerts. I know we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Absolutely.
So why don't we just go straight into the KC kickoff?
Let's jump right into the KC kickoff. Marika, we're starting things off talking about the KC Monarchs and their opening day.
I mean, just like with the Royals, it's the perfect time of the year. So excited. I know that first game's going to be on May 19th.
Yep.
So if you don't have anything on May 19th, what else should you do besides, get the hot dog, watch some good games?
We're big,
have a perfect day?
live sports fans here in Kansas City, obviously.
Absolutely.
So, the Monarchs aren't far from us, just basically across the street from
Neighbor.
us over at the Legend. So, definitely the place to be with the season coming around. I know in the summer growing up, back when they were the T-Bones, going to a lot of those games, spending some time out there. I feel like for my parents, it was probably just the perfect, we get the kids out of the house, they get to watch sports. It's not, you're not breaking the bank to go to one of those games, so it's
I was
great.
just about to say that. I feel like anytime I wanted to hang out with a friend when I was younger, it's like, oh, let's just take them to a T-Bones game.
It's
Let's just
perfect.
go to a Monarchs
Sizzle,
game.
their old mascot, was great.
Yep.
I love that they've paid the homage back to the Monarchs. It was a great rebrand.
Right. No, I totally
But at the
agree.
same time, I feel like the T-Bones was a fun mantra as well.
Absolutely. And as we're talking about sports, another team I want to shout out is the KC Mavericks. Right now, they're the Kelly Cup playoffs. They've been doing great lately, and I can't wait to see how they do.
Yeah, I'm really pumped. They're making a pretty great run in the playoffs right now. I hope that they can go all the way. I know that they're always. I haven't been to many of their games, but I feel like I listen to a lot of the radio. Obviously, I'm on the radio. I listen to the radio a lot, and I hear the updates about the Mavericks and how they're doing in the playoffs. And I'm like, I need to go to some of these meaningful games that they're playing in. So that's on my bucket list this playoffs is to go to some of these meaningful games because I just hear that they're electric when the big games especially.
And the environment is just such a fun area, so definitely do that. And we're going to wish you the best of luck, KC Mavericks. We know you're going to do great, and we can't wait to see you win. Now, the next thing on our KC kickoff is Hot Country Nights is starting up, and I am so excited. It's like the best way to spend the summer. I've been doing it ever since I was younger. The lineup this year is really great. Their first concert is going to be Eli Young Band on May 21st, and then Billy Currington's coming out on May 28th. What do you think about this?
So I want the fans that are watching right now, or anyone, if you're listening, tune in and watch. Marika, do you think that I'm a country fan? Would you guess that I'm a country fan?
Yes, I would say, knowing where you went to school, knowing where I went to school,
I went to
think
Nebraska for those wondering.
K-State. So I would say country is definitely like a good middle line for us to connect on.
Okay, I would say growing up, no, I was not a country
Really?
fan. However, after I've been to some hot country nights and going to Nebraska and all the country music that I've listened to, I'm like, I can get on board with country music. It's never the first thing I'm going to turn on, especially when it's not summer. It is not the music that I'm going to turn on immediately, but these days, I feel like when it starts to get warm outside, I feel more like the summer is here. country music is on. I've been to hot country nights plenty of times, and it's just a fun time.
It really is. It makes me just crave a good tailgate,
Yep.
listening to the country music, being with my
your
friends and
yeah.
family. It's the perfect setup. Other artists I'm going to shout out.
Who are you looking forward to?
Who I'm looking forward to. Now, it's crazy. I've actually seen the majority of these people in concert, so I'm definitely going to come out to see him again. Ian Munsick, Picos and the Rooftops, Tyler Hubbard, and the Bam Perry. The Bam Perry? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. I don't know a lot of these artists. I feel like that's kind of my take with country is I don't know a ton of artists, but when I hear the songs,
Exactly.
I'm like, oh, wait, I know that song.
Exactly.
And I think that's a lot of these bands I would remember. I know Billy Currington. I know quite a bit by Billy Currington.
You would know the Bam Perry, like, if I die young.
Oh, my goodness. Marika, this is not the first time we've got you singing on the podcast.
And I really shouldn't because I'm kind of losing my voice right now. So edit that out.
No, I do. Exactly. I remember that song. I know that song. And I know now that you sing that, I know some of their songs. So thank you.
I'll sing to you some of the other ones, but not right now.
That's off camera. What else we got going on in the KC kickoff?
Okay, so what we're going to talk about is one of our upcoming home games on May 23rd. We're doing Star Wars night at the stadium.
I love this night. This is one of my favorites.
I was going to say last year we did it on May 4th, and it was such a fun game. I went a little out with the costume. I had a great time, and I'm excited to do it again this year.
And on top of that, Marika, we have a giveaway for our fans that are listening. It is
Yes.
the Star Wars Ultimate Fan Giveaway. This is everything you would want.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. How about you read off some of the amazing details that's a part of this giveaway, and I'll show them off.
Okay, yes. We've got 10 AMC guest passes, drink vouchers, and popcorn vouchers. That's pretty good. One AMC exclusive Mandalorian and Grogu. This is the way. Popcorn tin and
the popcorn
souvenir
tin.
Cup.
There we go.
You get both.
There we
the
go.
popcorn tin and the souvenir cup with the mystery topper. Look at that.
I mean,
that's pretty sweet. Look at that.
This
It comes
is
off.
like so
Put a straw
sick.
in there, and then you can for those watching, you can keep the straw in there while you have the topper on there.
I
That's
know
pretty
this
sweet.
topper too is at AMC locations only as well. So
Okay.
this is the best giveaway to enter. Imagine you, 9 of your best friends,
Mm-hmm.
checking out the movie when it comes out on May 22nd. Then the next day coming out to the Sporting KC game on May 23rd as the full group. I mean, what a fun weekend.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop there. We've got some sporting items as well.
Mm-hmm.
4 promo tickets to Star Wars Night, the game you're talking about, and 4 large button downs. So I don't. Do we have what those look like?
I don't,
Okay.
but I know we have some imagery of them.
Okay,
so
we can get those put up on the
thank you,
screen right
put
now.
Them up.
Yes, exactly. Our wonderful editors can do that with that. It's an approximate value of almost $400, Marika. It's going to be a pretty good setup, so definitely enter and try and win that.
I know for a fact I'm going to be entering. The way to do it is all online. Check that out. And what we're going to do when you enter to win is you're going to submit a picture of you being the biggest Star Wars fan. So again, I'll be entering. Do I think I'm going to win because I work? Probably not. But hey, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, so we want to see your best Star Wars costumes, your experiences. If you got kids that are big Star Wars fans, we want to see all of it. I think that would even be if it's not just you and your friends, it could be maybe you and your kids and all their
Absolutely.
friends, something like that. Maybe you invite some of your friends. I think this is going to be a pretty great setup for whoever wins.
Absolutely. All right. I think that's it for the KC kickoff.
I think that is.
How
But
are we
Marika,
feeling?
we've got one final thing here on this
Yes.
first segment. We're talking to Calvin Harris later on the show. I'm excited to talk to him. But as we always do with the KC kickoff, we're going to wrap up with some power rankings. But this week, Marika, it's going to be about Star Wars. And since I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, I know you're our resident
Lame.
Star Wars expert. Is that true?
Sure. Yeah, we can say that for today.
Okay, so you're a resident Star Wars expert. It's going to be blind ranking. So this
Okay.
is blind ranking Star Wars characters, Marika. We're going to start with some, I would say, more well-known characters. We're going
Okay.
to go in. We have 5. First character is Luke Skywalker.
Okay, so Luke,
So 1 is
this
the
one's
best.
going to be, okay.
5 is the worst. Or not,
I feel
not
like
worst, but least favorite.
I don't want to let the people down. This is my chance to show I have
This is
ball
your
knowledge.
rankings.
That's true.
It's not the people's
Okay.
rankings.
See, this is going to be really controversial. And I have reasonings why, so listen up. I'm putting him as number 5.
Ooh.
Yeah, you want to hear why?
I feel like I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I know who Luke Skywalker is. That's got to be.
Obviously, he's iconic. He is the definition of the hero's journey.
Okay.
But if we're talking about the movies that happen after, the most recent trilogy,
Spoiler alert.
yeah, spoiler alert, I guess they came out years ago, but sure. He kind of let me down a little bit. He went after Kylo Ren. He kind of disappeared off the side of the earth. Like, I didn't like how they write him off that way.
Okay. Hey,
But-
like I said, it's your rankings.
And I have a gut feeling who you're going to say next. So I feel like it's always hardest to place 5. So I'm just going to get it over with.
Okay, you've got 4 more spaces. You're leaving them all wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, we're gonna go Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. Oh my gosh. Can you do his voice? Are you good at that?
No. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not
Should
going
you
to try it.
Okay. We'll try it off. Yeah, no, go for it.
I'm not sure. Isn't it like that? Was that good?
That was really good.
Our producer Hayden's loving this.
Wait, you've done it before.
I've never done that. That was the first.
I don't know. That was kind of pick me, Blake. I think you've done that before.
Oh my God. You asked me to do it. Okay. Where's Chewbacca going on the rankings?
Ooh, I am going to put Chewie at 3. He is just so consistent and lovable. And I think that's a very solid place to put him. Like, he's not a Jedi, but Jedi, but he's done some good work.
Okay, I'm trying to hide this list from you that I have because I don't want you to see him. But number 3, Princess Leia.
Okay, Princess Leia, she's the automatic 2 spot for me because I really hope you're saying this person for number 1.
Okay.
I love Princess Leia. She is fantastic. She's like the baddie of the whole series.
Am I wrong in saying you dressed up as Princess Leia?
I did dress up as Princess Leia. Let's put a picture right here. Ding.
Okay, number 4 on the list. Can you remind the people what you have ranked so far?
Yes. So my 1 and my 4 spots are open.
Okay.
Princess Leia's number 2. Chewbacca's number 3, and Luke Skywalker's number 5.
Tough for Luke. Okay, number 4, Jar Jar Binks.
This is not where I thought you were going with
there.
any of these. Okay. Well, you don't really know ball, but I'm going to ask you, do you think Jar Jar Binks is a Sith? Because that's a big... Okay. I think I just geeked out there, and I'm just going to keep it concise and say I'm putting him in the 4 slot.
Okay. So Jar Jar Binks in the 4, and this means your number 1 is decided. It is Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's exactly who I wanted. If anyone's truly watched all the movies, they know that Anakin is such a phenomenally written character. You see his whole rise, you see his fall, you see his redemption arc. I love Hayden Christensen. He does phenomenal in those movies. Wow, I'm geeking out right now, but I'm happy he's at my number 1 spot.
Okay, so as you look at your list now, you did this blind. Would anything change?
Honestly, I don't think so. I feel really good about that. I might move Luke up.
Above Jar Jar?
I probably put him in the 3 spot, honestly. And I think I move everyone down 1 if I had to edit. But I'm really happy with this.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
This
like fed my childhood.
That's perfect. I'm glad we got to do that, Marika. Well, stay tuned with us here on Off the Pitch. We're going to be talking with Calvin Harris coming up next. Marika, we might have to ask him 1 or 2 questions about Star Wars.
I think we'll have to.
Stay with us here on Off the Pitch.
All right, and welcome back to Off the Pitch. Joining us right now is Sporting Kansas City player Calvin Harris. Calvin, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Good to be here.
Great. Well, we're so excited to have you on. Something that we were talking about earlier that I'm dying to know. Star Wars Night is coming up May 23rd. Are you a Star Wars fan?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved it when I was little and was always into Star Wars with my brother.
Did you ever have like a favorite Jedi or anything?
Darth Maul, I think, was
okay.
my favorite.
That's some good ball knowledge, honestly. Yeah. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
that's
do some
funny.
Flips.
Yeah, we were talking, so we did like a blind ranking with her about, we picked Star Wars characters, and I was talking to one of our videographers, Hayden, and he was like, I said Darth Maul as maybe an option, and he was like, dude, that's such a guy character. Like every dude
really
loves that character as a kid. I did too. Like I played the Lego Star Wars games, and I loved Darth Maul. So, but on Off the Pitch, the goal is to get to know you guys a little bit better off the pitch, obviously, as the name says. And so we knew a little bit about you as you came in. The fans that are listening are probably hoping to get to know a little bit more about you. You've lived in, what is it, the 4th continent you've lived on? North America?
Yeah, I think so.
So tell us a little bit about that journey of how you moved across. A lot of it was for soccer, I assume, or for football. Tell us a little bit about your journey across the world.
Yeah, so it's a long story, but I'll keep it like semi-short. But so I was born in England, in Middlesbrough, where spent 4 years as a little kid, and then we moved from Malaysia. Sorry, we moved to Malaysia from Middlesbrough. And then spent 4 years there. And then after 4 years, we kept the routine and then moved to Hong Kong. So spent 4 years in Hong Kong, I did. And after 4 years, at the age of 14, I moved to New Zealand. But my family stayed in Hong Kong, so I would always go back for the breaks and whatnot. And then, from New Zealand, I came to the States for college. Went to Wake Forest for a couple of years and then went to Cincinnati.
Obviously, you have a lot of different experiences of where you were in life when you were in those countries, but did you have a favorite place where you were living?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be Hong Kong.
Really?
Yeah, Hong Kong was a really good place to grow up. and a lot of like my best friends are from there.
Interesting. How was like the shock? I guess not strong culture shock, but moving to America, then for university, what was that like?
It was difficult, actually. I thought it would be a smooth transition, but I actually found it quite difficult moving to the States. The schedule with routine in college was very demanding.
I bet.
I came over thinking I was just going to play some football, you know what I mean?
Right.
Do a little bit of school on the side, but no, it was everything. So it was a big adjustment.
Did you have any classes you liked studying when you were at Wake Forest?
I enjoyed, you know, being in classes with like some of my teammates and whatnot. That was good fun. But
Fair.
there wasn't one that stood out to me, and I really enjoyed.
You're just
you know?
well-rounded.
Yeah.
You like a little of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So what drew you initially to come to the United States to play college soccer? Because I feel like that's not super common with, you know, players that have, I guess you've played all over the place, but it's not super common.
Yeah, so I had, I guess, good influence with the people that were there in New Zealand. One of the guys who was the year above me, who was a good friend, his name is Joe Bell, and he went to UVA.
Okay.
And we saw him do that, you know, guys my age, and we were like, oh, it's a bit interesting. He was offered a contract as well in New Zealand. So we were wondering why he would choose to do that, you know, pathway over just taking a pro contract. That's what we're there to do, you know. And so we looked into it further, and it seemed like a great option and a great place to be. So my friend was fully committed on doing that transition, going to the States, and I was unsure what I wanted to do. And because of FIFA and international rules, me being under the age of 18, not having a New Zealand passport, it made it pretty difficult for me, being an international player, to get a contract over there. So, yeah, my friend pulled me one day and was like, okay, come to the library, we'll make the template, and then we'll send it off to whoever you want, the top 25. And then I saw Wake was number one, so that was the first one I sent, you know. And then, after that little encounter in the library, we got it all settled, and 2 weeks later, I get the email from Wake, and
Rest is history.
Yeah.
That's
This
great.
is such a niche question, and I have to ask, do you know anything about the Wake Forest baseball team? Because they are going viral everywhere.
I don't.
Okay, that's okay. Well,
You have
I'll
to-
show you after
Yeah,
this.
they do like, they make edits with their players to like 2000s pop songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the fans love it.
Okay.
The second I heard Wake Forest, I'm like, oh my gosh, TikTok.
But now you're obviously in Kansas City. How do you quickly adapt to the new places? Because you've lived in enough new places, I'm sure you've kind of learned what is the best way to learn about the new city and kind of get ingrained in the culture of the place you're living. What did you do in Kansas City, and what have you done to kind of get ingrained in the KC culture?
Yeah, it's been difficult. One thing, the weather.
Yeah.
The other
You've kind of
thing,
had
the
everything.
time. Yeah, exactly. So like in Hong Kong, they had typhoons as well.
Oh, wow.
So, and it's a bit different. In there, you're on the 20th floor, you know, in a big high rise. So it's a bit different. But, you know, there hasn't been too much opportunity.
Sure.
I've tried to do a little bit here and there. But I'm sure like as the summer comes through and around World Cup, there'll be more, you know, opportunity to.
You guys will have a little bit more free time, I'm sure. Obviously,
Yeah.
you'll still be training during that whole break, but maybe a little more time to go check things out and,
No,
and
for
see what's
sure.
going on.
And
For
I'm
sure.
sure there's a lot to do this
There
summer.
will be.
Yeah, exactly.
As we've talked about, I'm sure. And yeah, there's going to be plenty.
Right. So a question I have to ask, when we're still talking about traveling and where you find your home, when you're in the off season, are you just looking to explore more, or are you kind of, since you've moved around a lot, you like to stay where you've been?
Yeah, I mean, we don't get, well, we do have a long time off during the winter, but I spend most of that time with family. You know, I see them one time a year most of the time, so I spend as much time as I can.
Good answer.
with them,
Good
yeah.
answer.
So wait, where are they now?
In Middlesbrough, the same
Okay.
house that,
Yeah.
you know, we grew up in. So, well, grew up in for a short amount of time, but yeah, they're in that exact same house. So when they moved back as well, we were thinking like, oh, it's going to be weird going back to the same house, and everything in my head was massive, you know? And
Yeah.
then we come back
Right.
and it was like, oh,
Wait, this is
okay, yeah. Because the
remember
main
this.
thing I remember was going down the hill. We had like a you know, the road going to the house, and this road in my head was a massive hill, you know, that we would go down
You were
on the
hiking.
bikes. Yeah. And then I go back and it's like literally like it's not very stupid.
Right.
Yeah, it's nothing.
That's like, so the elementary school that I went to growing up is here in KC. I grew up here in Kansas City, and there's this big hill that when you finish 5th grade and you like graduate out of the elementary school, all the 5th graders get to run down that hill, and it was like the biggest deal when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And now my parents still live in the same house that I grew up in, and I'll drive by, and it's like it's not.
It's like
it's like
slope.
maybe 20, 30 feet hill. It's like, okay, this is cool, but it's not what I remember as a kid.
I mean, that's crazy because my elementary school also had the same thing.
It's a Kansas City tradition, I guess.
It must be. It must be. Now, something that you talked a little bit about is your family. I'm gonna let Blake ask this one because he's been very excited.
Well, yeah. So I feel like before we get into the family aspect of things, I need to hear more about this because I feel like fans have heard from times you've talked about it, but you have a hobby that I think a lot of people are very interested in. That's darts.
Yeah.
Tell us about, you got a little setup I've heard at your place.
Yeah. So it was funny. I never was really into it. We would always watch it every winter and watch the World Championship at Ali Padi. And this winter we were like, oh, let's get a dartboard in the house back home. So we got it, and I was like addicted to it. Like, like my family were like, come on, Calvin. Like I was just, once I get attached to something or like I get locked in, there's no stopping me, So I'd wake up in the morning, I'm always throwing them and whatnot. So I made sure as soon as I moved to KC, full setups getting up. So yeah, that's how I kind of got into it, and it's only been a short amount of time really playing, but yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I know we've had some players come on and say that they've played against you. Are you still playing with them a little bit?
Who said that they played?
Jansen did. He also said he
yeah.
wanted his own dart set up, but that he was too worried about damaging his own apartment.
I know. So I played, Jansen's came over once or twice, so we've had a little bit. But he doesn't like play often, It's just whenever he picks up a dart. But Decky has the full setup.
Oh, wow.
It was funny actually. So we were in pre-season and we were in the same bus, and we're driving to training. And I was showing him. I was like, I've got the full setup coming. It's arriving soon. And he was like, okay, show me what you got. I'll order it right now.
No way.
He orders it straight away there. He orders everything. He's like, show me what to get. Sorted. So he got the full setup. So now me and him play against each other.
I feel like
quite
he's
often.
someone who loves his hobbies from what I've learned about him. Like he's amazing at chess, we all know. Mm-hmm. He finds a new hobby like darts immediately. He's like, okay, buying it tomorrow. Got it.
No, he's committed. And we play quite often.
Yeah.
When he's not looking after his little one, so that's good.
So for the fans that don't know, you talked about Ali Pali. Isn't it Alexandra Palace? Isn't that the place? What city is it in? Do you know?
It's in London.
Okay, so it's in London.
Yeah.
It's just essentially like a palace or whatever setup. Like you can have concerts and stuff.
Yeah,
there.
massive. Yeah.
And they set up this big stage with darts at the front, and tons of people show up, and they're hectic. It's awesome.
Electric,
I feel like the atmosphere. If you haven't seen it, you need to look it up because it's amazing. And Marika even was talking about it. She and I have both seen videos of it, even though we're not huge darts fans.
Right.
I've kind of gotten into it a little bit because of some of these videos. And one of the guys who we always see in those videos is Stephen Bunting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we found out that you are distantly, if not, maybe not so distantly related to Stephen Bunting. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was a random one as well. We were watching darts and stuff like that. And then my mum was like, we've actually got like related like through families and whatnot. I was like, can't be. She was like, no, I trust. And I was like, okay. And then, over the break when I was really into it and watching and supporting, I reached out and would follow, and he came back. So I was like, okay, so it must be real. He knows there's some kind of connection here. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll believe you, Mum. But so I love watching him play and all the content he does, and he's great guy.
I just got a video of him singing some Alex Warren song the other day. He just seems like a happy guy, doesn't he?
Top. Everyone loves him. You can't hate him.
And he comes out to Titanium, and so that's like the classic video Marika and I were talking about. He just gets the crowd into it. I think that's what's so interesting about it is darts in and of itself isn't like a super interesting watch, but when the crowd's into it, the guys are leaning into the crowd. It's just like, it's electric, like you said.
Yeah, I think if you're watching a video, the best leg of darts, you watch that. I mean, you see the crowd, the crowd are unbelievable.
Yeah.
And,
we were saying how it's like the perfect video where you hear the thud and then you hear the crowd cheer. It's like, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's quality. I love watching.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Now, something I want to pivot a little bit to is how you really got into the sport of soccer. Obviously, football, it's very popular where you're from. But what made you realize, like, wow, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life? You know, this is what is more than just a hobby, but a career.
Yeah, I think when I moved to Hong Kong, it was when I started to take things a bit more seriously. They had better coaches, so I'm around the age of like 10 now, and I'm getting into it, and I just felt like I wanted to keep improving, and I loved playing. So during that time, that's when I kind of took steps to try and improve. You know, you play up age groups and kind of instilled that kind of discipline and desire from that age and that time.
Yeah. And so as we keep moving here, we have our next section. We're going to go ahead and get into the supporter section. So we had some fans reach out and ask questions that they've been dying to ask. So you go ahead and good to answer some questions.
They're
from
pretty
the fans.
good. I'm excited for
You want to
these.
start us off, Marika?
Yeah.
Are they
I'll
like
start us
quick
off.
fire questions or just?
We'll have some quick fire ones later, but these are more just, you can go into these.
Okay.
I like he's already ready to go.
Yeah.
He's like mentally
Yeah.
prepped.
He knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Okay, so our first question is from Jonah S18, and he asked what a typical day off looks like for you.
Ooh, typical day off. Normally on the weekend, they'll be watching the Premier League and whatnot in the mornings. Spend a lot of time setting up the house and whatnot, making sure everything's clean. Darts, obviously.
Sure.
And yeah, maybe we'll go out to get some food, get some dinner. Yeah.
Very good. Hayden the Buck asks, go-to fast food order. If you eat fast food all that often.
I do. Every now and again. Every now and again. I like a really good pizza.
Okay.
I think
What
would be
toppings?
my go-to. Clean, easy margarita.
Classic.
Just a
choice.
good margarita.
Yeah.
That's
very
me.
good choice.
That's me set. And I've been to one in KC. I forget the name now.
Do you know what kind of area it might have been? We can try helping.
It was in North KC.
Okay. I don't know if I'm much help in North KC.
See, I
No.
wish I knew the name. now.
It's okay.
It's slipping me,
I
but
was going to guess a Lazarone because I know a couple of the players have been there, and that's personally one of my favorites for a margarita, so you'll have to go there for sure.
yeah. But anyway, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Very good.
All right, so our next question, I'm really excited for this one, is from Ben Arsenal 11, and I'm sure you knew this was going to happen, but what is your favorite Calvin Harris song?
Under Control.
Under Control. Okay. I feel like I wasn't all that familiar with Calvin Harris's discography. It's funny. We were talking about this. We saw that question. I went back and looked. So many good songs.
He's
by
got
Calvin
so
Harris.
many. It's a joke.
Unbelievable. Yeah. I'm sure you
Big
get that a
time.
lot though, don't you?
Of course. Of course. It's a good conversation starter. It doesn't bother me, you know
That's
what I mean?
good.
So
I mean, from like 2012 to 2016, like he was the
Unbelievable.
guy. He still kind of is.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah,
I
he's got
still listen to
loads
it
of
all
hits.
the time.
Loads of hits, yeah.
And then our final supporter section question comes from Purple Bear 4, and they ask, was your head injury this year the first stitches that you've ever had?
No, that's a good question though. But no, I had some when I was little. I went for a double backflip on a trampoline that was next to a wall and landed a bit heavy, you know, when you catch the edge and you
Yep.
fly.
That's
So
brutal.
I went flying on the landed it all.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, but ended out going to get stitches. But luckily, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all that was wrong.
That was a pretty nasty injury earlier this year.
Yeah, it was good. It's a good one. Yeah,
I
Looks
mean,
like it's healed
that-
up all right though.
yeah, it's healed up okay. Not too bad. Yeah, the doctors did a good job. When I was down, I was like, I saw the blood, and the guys came over and was like, yeah, it's going to be stitches. I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, I was standing right behind the goal, so just a couple feet away from you. I saw you lean your head up, and I immediately turned to the Cauldron fans behind me. I'm like, turn the kids away. They don't need to see this.
I know, it was gushing a fair bit, but I'm all right.
But we're all good now.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, as we wrap up here on Off the Pitch, we have some rapid fire questions. You were ready for these, so
Okay.
Are you good to go?
Ready?
All right, Marika, start us off.
Okay, so I know you're new to the area, so we'll give you some leeway with this, but what is your favorite KC restaurant or coffee shop?
I've been French Market, which I really liked. Yeah,
Great
Love that
pick.
spot.
yeah.
Have you been able to find any hidden gems?
Not really. I get all the good ones from Jensen, really, or someone else. You know?
You'll get there.
That's so funny you say that because I think he's constantly saying that he wants to know the area better, but
Yeah.
I swear he's got to be a tour guide for you guys. He's
I know.
always out and about doing something.
I know.
All right, so my next question, what is your pregame song?
Too many. Hard to put it down to one, to be honest.
Do you have like a genre?
I can give you some names like Travis Scott, Playboy
Yep.
Carti, Yeet.
'Kay.
Those,
Good choice.
those lines, yeah.
There you go. What's been your favorite moment on or off the field with SKC so far?
It's got to be away in LA.
Yeah.
Getting the first win. I think that was a good moment for everyone.
Very good.
That locker room picture looked like it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. All right. So your last rapid fire question is: who do you think the funniest teammate is?
Jansen. Yeah, Jansen's easy.
He's a character.
Yeah, nah, he's a great guy, but yeah, he always makes me laugh.
Sweet. Well, Calvin, thanks so much for joining us here.
Thank you.
That wraps things up here, Marika, on Off the Pitch. So make sure to stay tuned. You can find SKC on @SportingKC all over social media. I'm at Blake Arney all over social media.
And I'm at Marika Davis _. And again, our next game is going to be on May 23rd, and we can't wait to see you there. But thanks for joining us. Off the pitch.